Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Mike. It is Tuesday, and it's been a long day here in the markets. It's the 30th of November. Goodbye, November. November has actually been a very, very good month. So I'm going to be a little bit sad to see November go, even though we've had a kind of a tough couple of days. Let's jump into it here, and let's start off with the SPY, and let's talk what we have going on here. Let's just start off with a 5-minute chart. And you can see we gapped up. Well, we gapped down up off the lows. We pushed for a bit, and then you can see 10:30, just as Powell was already speaking for a bit. We got our first sell candle. Then we got some big selling power here into that as Powell talked about potentially tapering faster. Now, the Fed meets in 2 weeks. Whether they will or won't, I don't know. We're going to have to see where everything goes with the Omicron virus. By the way, the reason we were down so much overnight is because the CEO of Moderna said his science is telling this is really bad. Well, everybody else is saying it doesn't look like it's that bad. So we have, I don't know why he's saying that, except they need money because they have no other drugs. But bottom line is here's with about a half hour to go, the SPY is not far off the lows. That said, if you come over here to the daily, we broke down, we're below the Bollinger Band. We took out Friday's low. The next stop would be the 50-day. The 50-day is sitting here at the 452.40 area. And we've had volume today. We're at 100 million shares. We'll finish over 125 million shares into the close. But I want you to look down here at the oscillators. These are the oscillators I use. You can see here on the New York Stock Exchange, we're negative 270. And on the NASDAQ, we're negative 330. This is important. I'm going to show you why here quickly, just so you know, because we use these every day in our trading, these sentiment here. And when you look at what's going on, and you look at those, on the NASDAQ, we're down here in the 325 area. These are about as good of a signal as you get. Here's the pandemic lows. We usually get some type of bounce off of this. Doesn't have to last, but you usually get some time a short-term bounce because we're very oversold. Same thing on the New York Stock Exchange. We're down here around this area. You can see we're in areas where we should get some type of bounce. Just curious to look at breadth today while we're here. NASDAQ still leading down, and the New York Stock Exchange still leading down. Okay, so we're looking for that, looking for some type of bounce here. Short term. We also have inflows tomorrow morning. What's that mean? That means it's the first day of the month, and that means money automatically comes into the market. 401k money. Now, it doesn't mean it has to last, but usually we get some kind of short-term bounce off of that. So let's talk about today and what you could have traded, what you could have done. Yes, you could have shorted, but there was money to be made long, and I tend to focus on that. First of all, right out of the gate, Roblex made a beautiful money on Roblex. You had this big move on Roblex here up, and it didn't hold it, but it got up to almost 138 with all-time highs up here at 140-160. Beautiful move on a chart, looked great. We were talking about this pre-market because how it traded yesterday. And then we said if it takes out 130 with volume, that would be the time to get in. Roblex was so nice, it dipped in the first 2 minutes and actually gave you an entrance. Look at that. What else today? Tesla on the open, screamed for about a half an hour. That had flow all over it. That gave a trade today. Lucid on the open, gave a trade for about the first half an hour. Again, there was trades flow all over that. Then there was Apple. Oh my. Apple today, smothered in flow. Weekly 160, 162.50s, 165s, 167.50s, 170s. Next week's 170s. December 170s. January 170s. Pick it. They were smothering this thing. You had it go vertical out of the gate. Here was your entrance as it broke the 5-minute chart. And you had this huge vertical move in Apple where it just pushed up for a good hour. Didn't give an entrance. Then it came in. I finally got in on VWAP here, got a very nice trade on it, and I'm looking to go long it here overnight. Why? Because if anything's going to be strong tonight and tomorrow, it's going to be Apple. That's my thinking here. So Apple continues to look very strong, very good looking chart here on Apple. Yeah, you could have shorted the vaccine plays. Moderna was weak today, right? What else was strong today, guys? It wasn't a lot. AMD made a new all-time high on the open, then sold off and is engulfed yesterday candle. That is a game over candle for me there. Yep. NVIDIA, also kind of a weak candle, but holding in. Micron had some strength early, still holding well. Qualcomm had some strength early, still holding out well. Bottom line, this market is still not well. For what it's worth, the IWM has entered bear market territory. We're down 20% off the highs. I will say, looking at this chart here right now with you guys, that this might be a focus for to me tomorrow, because we're way out of the Bollinger Band, we're off the lows, holding it better, and we're just extended to the downside, short term, nothing but a trade. But for this market to really get a bounce, you're going to need broader participation rather than a couple names that they're playing with. But as long as they keep playing with those names, I'm happy to play them and make money off of them. By the way, today you also could have made money on the VIX. The VIX spiked in. I want you to notice it still has not yet taken out Friday's high. We're lower. You know, the volatility index is not really still working all that well, but we are out of the Bollinger Band after closing back inside of it yesterday. So bottom line, guys, for me, this is a time to take trades, make money, get in and get out, but to keep your risk low and to get your shopping list up on names you want to own from here. Apple today is a monster. That's the one that looks the best, and we'll see what comes in next week, tomorrow. So I hope everybody's doing good. If you have any questions, reach out, and I'll catch you guys all bright and early in the morning, starting around 9 o'clock.